My name is Alex Vasquez, and this is my demonstrative speech. With me I have my two audience members, and my cameraman who accounts for my third audience member. Alright y'all, 45 seconds left. Let's go. Let's get a stop. We need to get a defensive stop. We get this stop. We get the ball back. We get the ball back. Let's go score some points. Let's win a championship right here. This is for all the marbles. Let's go. Basketball is a sport that is watched and played across the world. And most people don't know that it is not just a sport where you throw a basketball into a hoop. It is a game, according to ihoops.com, it is a game that involves a lot of strategy, teamwork, and preparation of offensive and defensive plays. So today I'm going to teach you about how to run those offensive and defensive plays. Before we get started, I got some terminology that I'm going to be using during my speech. A screen or a pick is something that is used to free up another player running across the court, and it is represented by this T-shaped arrow. When I refer to anything that is in the paint, it is anything that is in this box right here in the basketball, the hoop area. When I refer to a pass on the diagrams, it is represented with a dotted arrow, and movement by any player is represented with a solid arrow. The players are represented by these red circles. Each red circle represents, number 1 is the point guard, the second one is the shooting guard, 3 is the small forward, 4 is power forward, and 5 is center. So let's get started on building a winning team. First offense that I'm going to show you how to run is a zone offense. A zone offense is used when a defense is in zone defense. So it starts off with the point guard coming up the court. He then passes to the number 2 player who is sitting out here on the outside of the three-point line. While this happens, the number 4 player gradually moves out to the three-point line at the baseline, and the 5 player comes up to the top of the free throw line on the right side. Once the number 2 player has the ball, he has options of where to pass it. He can then pass it to a number 4 player who might be open for a 3-point shot, or he could pass it to the number 5 player who will be at the top here. That player then has the option to go work down in the paint and try to do some post moves to get a point down low, or he can kick it out to the number 3 player who will be open for a 3-point shot. Running one offensive play is kind of predictable for a defense, so let's learn about one more. The second offense that I will be showing you is called a motion offense. A motion offense is used when a defense is playing man-to-man, and this offense requires a lot of movement without the ball and screens, setting other people free to receive a ball. This play starts off with the point guard dribbling up the court. He then, or the number 2 and the number 3 players, while this happens, go set down screens for the 5 and 4 players who will come up and replace the 2 and 3 players. Once this happens, the number 1 player will then pass to the number 4 player. This player then has the ball, and as number 1 passes it, he goes and sets a screen away from the ball. The 5 player who's coming across to replace the number 3 player will then use that screen and cut to the basket and look for an easy pass from the number 4 player. So that's the offenses that we will learn, and now that we know how to score some points, let's learn how to get some stops. So I'm going to teach you about the 2-3 defensive zone. A defensive zone is used to control the tempo of a game, allowing an offense not to get easy shots. It requires your 2 small players to be up here at the top of the key, and your 3 big players down here, not allowing anything down low. Each player has a zone that he or she will cover. As a ball is moved into a zone, that player will then go cover the ball. And as that player covers the ball in his zone, all the rest of the players on the court will rotate towards the ball, staying within their zone boundaries. This zone is very easy to learn, and it's very effective against offenses. So knowledge of how to run a great offense and defense is essential in basketball, and hopefully I have taught you the foundations of that. So I encourage you If you are interested in basketball, go out and join a rec league. Start a team with your friends, and maybe with the plays that I've showed you, you will be one step closer to winning a championship. Thank you very much.